So I'm listening to. So first of all, I just want to continuously make videos, and you are surrounded by people around you who literally are just the trash of this program. You hear them just having no shame, and I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, I will never hold them responsible for what's happening to me. They might be partaking in this, but this is bad things were going to happen to me regardless because somebody my employer put me in this program. I know that. I always see them as that. Now, what they're doing to my body is what they would do to somebody who's a target individual. You know, I always stay by my door on purpose because I want them I want to hear them. I want this noise campaign to be heard properly. And they when I make these videos, I know they're watching these videos, and I want to make sure they understand that you are just a bunch of pedophiles. I've called them like I've called one of these trash pedophiles. You hear this? This is why I make videos by my door. If you see who I'm talking to, and this is why I have pictures, and one day maybe I'll start showing like my neighbors and show how what they look like. Right? This what you see when they do these things is just like people who sold their soul to pedophiles, and they know that. For me, when they do noise campaign, is an opportunity to capture this because I never would take them. Like I will never. I almost felt bad. There was this woman in the elevator with me, and she asked me, "Hey, what happened to you to my food?" Something like that. And I know she doesn't care, right? She cares about what will financially benefit her. But I'm looking at her. It's like, oh, don't worry, just you do, you can cut my leg. I'd rather die like this and live like you. And it's not to insult them. They always try to make themselves be like, oh, you're saying that, oh, you think we're poor? It's like, no, I don't think you're poor. You're probably wealthier than me, but you're poor in the sense that you're just sold your soul to pedophiles. You're trash. Um, it's so pathetic when they do this. I'm gonna make a few videos. There's a few videos I want to make, but right before I started making this video, I could hear my next door neighbor say, "You are nothing." I'm listening to this man, and I'm like, What are you then?" They were trying to mess with me, and they like now. What's happening in my brain is they're going to the things they've messed with me, and then try to create things and stimulations. I follow this person on Instagram. This woman is a fitness person. She's like the most fit human being I ever seen, and they try to make me think of like a sister, the little sister of or daughter or something. Try to create something pedophilia centric and stimulate me. These people are disgusting. They live off a reality that's just so fictional, but it's going to happen in a regard of what's going to happen to me. But the way they've created the bubble they've created for themselves to make themselves believe it's true, it's insane. So one, I know they manipulate people in this disturbing way. Two, I know who they've tortured. Three, I know how disgusting these people are. I know what they use these childlike people for. For why? I know why, because they're childlike, and they keep saying, soon you'll be raped. Soon we're gonna frame you. You're gonna be raped, and some of the frame consists of implanting child porn. Do you understand what kind of people these people are, right? Where are you gonna find child porn? That means you have access of child porn. That means that you have a bunch of pedophilia things going on, which of course I know that. I'm saying the obvious. So what does it mean? People who have the ability to manipulate people implant child porn and call it being mean. It means that you guys have true problem with pedophilia. This BuzzFeed article was not just it was more like, oh, it makes sense. This mean people are a bunch of pedophiles. They try to make it make it sounded, with me they try to portray themselves in this ways where they try to make themselves fierce. They want to make themselves be something they're not. For them to say, oh, we're so mean, we're gonna put child porn in your computers, so we're so mean, we're mean. What does he say about them? And that, no, you're nothing. Oh yeah, no, you're the something that is downloading child porn and gonna implant in somebody's computer. You understand? They are trash, and they keep saying this is our the we have our police, and of course I know the law enforcement is involved in this. This program is led by the government. This consists of manipulations and disturbing things, but law enforcement is involved. The Department of Justice is involved. Hospitals are involved. Like all of that. This is nothing new. And this trash are just the bottom feeders that work day in and day out. Nothing new here. You hear this bottom feeder calling you, "Oh, you are pedo," when they in reality they are the pedos. But if you see who is whispering, the second you see how bottom feeders these people are, you understand. Oh my goodness, you are lucky that you are the one being tortured instead of being the one doing what they do. They are the most unimpressive, pathetic human beings you ever saw. They are so pathetic. And they're like, "Oh, we're human. Oh, okay. You're the most pathetic human ever. Congrats. You're human, but you're the most pathetic one." Do you understand? This is how sad this thing is. Oh, at least we're human. It's like, oh, God. I don't want to be that kind of human, please. I want to be this, whatever I am. A dog? Okay, I'd rather be a dog than this pathetic human. Can you imagine if in your life you had to say the things that these people say? We're human. They have no shame. It's humiliating to live their life. They know that. There's this woman or somebody who made noise campaign, and I'm gonna make this video about background. Sometimes like this, if there's a child in the background, something that they can start doing these nasty stimulations. They want you to be subscribing to it. If I show you the pictures of what they try to stimulate me, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be a child. It could be something else that's not even, and it could be an object that look like a child. Stimulations. They are the most disturbing, sad pieces trash. They call it being at war. See, we are at war, because they have to dumb themselves down to that level. This is obviously not a war. It's far from a war. They're sitting there and they're just watching the manipulations, participating in the manipulation, and participating in the radiations and everything else that's happening to my body. They're telling me they're fusing this, they're torturing. Like, listen, I know my body is being destroyed, and it's being destroyed via this technology that is military grade, right? So it's a military level, most likely DARPA related, which awkwardly enough, they found a pedophile there. A program manager had like a child porn in his computer. You understand? So when they say pedo, I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. Awkward, right? These people are actually the pedophiles. Trying to make me subscribe to this thing. They are going in my brain trying to pump paid things together where these people are just downloading child porn and and using these people. Oh yeah, you guys at war. Go be at war with this civilian who cannot defend himself. Or she can defend herself. Be the warriors that you are in the most cowardly way. Oh, go frame him. Go put child porn on his computer. So I'm gonna continuously make many as much video as I can. I was hearing this person. They were saying like, I'm gonna be raped and tortured. These people are animal, and I hear this child like individuals talking about it. I'm like, do you know these people? You claiming that they're your people? What will happen if they saw you? They will destroy you. You'll be terrified of these people, but they're your people, right? And she tried to change subject in my black girl, because I know it's like this is actually people who easily rape you. You understand? They live with fantasy, yes, but you're right. They are your people because this is what you guys do. This is the same people that you would run away from if you saw them. That would do some horrible things to women. But I know that it's okay because I know what you guys are. While you using this voice, you like kids, you did this and that, you like this, this BS things, the pedophilia things they try to use to stop the fact that, oh yeah, your coworkers, yeah, they rape women, they will kill a child just like you. Maybe they will do it in like directly, while you do it remotely. You might rape a woman remotely, they will might rape a woman directly. They will harm a woman directly, you will harm a woman remotely. You wouldn't want to be near them because you will be scared of them. But they're the same. They're trash. That's when you know these people are such a fraud. They're so delusional that they think, and it's funny how like they try to say we are war, but these people are with us. They were the people who would torture women and rape them. No, but you according. It's like okay, so how many you think this person? How many women you think you rape and torture? How many you think you did? How many this person? Okay, how many you think you've been involved in? They're delusional. These people are the foulest human beings. They say they do it for this person. I just made that up. This name, but if they keep saying they're doing it for somebody else, they're doing it for some, and they're like they're done. Done what? I've been done in away from New York City. I'm with people who wants to take credit for things they aren't really in charge of. I'd rather be dying slow than having to live the life they live. They're involved in a program that is responsible of torturing and raping women. Children are being tortured. Some of these people doing this to me have done this to children and women. They are trying to escape. They are trying to live their little fantasy, and I'm not letting them do that. Me, to them, they're trying to just block our reality. I didn't let that to happen. I know who's responsible for my death. I could have gone somewhere else and deal with different kind of torment, but here at least I get to see what this battlefield is. At least here I can look at you and it's like I know what you guys do to women. You don't care. You torture women. They saying names of people say knowing that I know they torture children and women. I can give a list of women and I will make a video called a few videos called avenging. This is all the women they torture. All the women they torture. They rape them using this type of weaponry. Some of them actually wake up with actually directly being raped. All kind of torment, sexual, physical, mental, psychological, financial, all of that by this trash. um and so if I'm get raped knowing that these people torture and rape women, I'll I, I, I'll try to be as strong as I can, knowing that there's a woman right now that these trash are killing and torturing and raping. These people are openly saying that they go and plant child porn on my computer. What kind of people does this? What does it mean? This soul is sold to pedophile. They're waiting for the day for this shit, for this thing to come back. I know. I know. I haven't been wrong since I've been saying things. I've been right throughout my whole process of being tortured. I do not hate them because I know what they are. They're just the bottom feeders. They are really the nothing that call you the nothing. The people responsible here are far from this place. So I'm waiting for the moment where I get the chance to see them. Because when they see me in person, they don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get raped. What's gonna happen to you? How are you gonna die? Because you're gonna die, right? We know we're all gonna die at this point. You accept that, right? You're mortal, right? You're gonna die. As a human being who's gonna die, how are you gonna die? Is it gonna be cancer? Is it gonna be murder? Is it gonna be an accident? How are you gonna die? You don't know. Okay, but you know how I'm gonna die. So what does it mean? It means that it opens up for however death comes gonna come to you. But you've been living doing this to me. So you think this is not gonna come. Do you know COVID started and there were people making fun of me, laughing at me. Do you know how many people have died watching me die? I know there's a plenty. That's why they're making noise campaign. I know there's a man that was making fun of me, saying how awkward things were in my brain. He killed himself. Do you think you know how he's gonna die? Well, my point is, these bottom feeders are super weak, super bottom feeders. Death in some of them, I hear them. I was like, oh my goodness, it's almost the torture can also be psychologically because when you hear these people and hear how weak and just nothingness they are, and they tell me, oh, you'll get raped, and I hear them, it's like, oh my goodness, you know how little it would take to somebody rape you. It's like, oh my, I don't even like, and like I said, I just don't want them to get raped. But they say, oh, you get raped. And I hear these people who are like childlike people who it would take very little for a person to grab them and rape them. And they tell me how I'm going to get raped. And like, please don't put that onto you because you're too vulnerable to say things like that. Because I don't want to see this person get raped. I want them to live a long life so they can get caught up and things can be properly reimbursed. Me, okay, I'll get raped. I'll die. However, no, I'll deal with the death I need to deal with. I understand this is this dignity in this death. I could have gone somewhere else. Why? Why do you think I stayed here? This is because there's dignity in this. But you listen to a childlike individual say, "You'll get raped." I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this person. When you hear how vulnerable these people sound like, talking about I'll get raped, and you see how childlike these people are. Just like, do you know how little it would take for things to happen to you? And it's funny. It's not even like the biggest guy saying that. It's like the child, like, "Oh, you get raped." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, they will eat you apart." Like you're so like it's so disgusting. So you obviously know they're bringing some bad things coming back to them. Like you know these things gonna come. For me, the way I see whatever's gonna happen is this. I've always known that I will live a harsh life, but it'll be a dignity in that. I've accepted that. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna try to not, but I understand that this is dignified. I could be living like them, especially when you see how, not to say I'm like a strong, powerful man, but like when you see how vulnerable and childlike these people are, and say you'll get raped, and you hear these people and you see how vulnerable, how childlike this, it's just so sad. This is the kind of people that will cry if you just call them assholes. If you see like it's like, oh my gosh, you are literally saying, hey, uh, please, whatever bad thing can come to me, come. It's like begging for like things to come back to them. They don't understand this thing yet, but I'm glad they do this because they can understand. And they try to counter, oh, black girls, oh, you're so pathetic. Do whatever you need to. In my head, they just try to play all the stimulation. So to all my target individual, I will try to take some pictures of the people who says I'm going to get raped. So you can have an idea who's talking. Because what if you saw who was saying that, you would understand at that moment. You shouldn't say things like that. Not being this vulnerable. I hope I could capture some of them. And they try to be condescending. You'll kill yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I know you can kill yourself. I know you can kill yourself. I know. I can hear in your voice. These people are not the most. They are the most vulnerable people. Say, kill yourself. These people can't even say the name of a pedophile that picked up kids. If I, if the day comes where things are so bad for me to kill myself, which I don't think is gonna happen, or if it happens, it's because I've been tortured. The day these people kill themselves. It's just like, oh, they couldn't stand themselves. They tried to live this delusional life where they were like, oh, it's our world. Well, in reality, they work for pedophiles. They knew that all along. They try to delude themselves they're protecting women. They're in a program that tortured so many women and children. They claim they're at war in sweatpants, pajama pants, all that, sweaters. What kind of war you have to wear the things like that? It's not a war. You're not at war. It's you just just watching somebody breaking down and yelling something outside the door. Like they're yelling things from the door. I can hear them say something like "pop out," say talking about my joints because this type of weaponry can mess with your joints. What kind of war are you in then? You at war with your conscience and rationality. That's it. Besides that, there's no war. You will never be at war. So, as the one of my neighbor was he was wearing his boxers. What kind of war where you can just wear boxers? They are trash. They are low lives. They're delusional. They were earlier messing with me with this person who's like, I'll have a different video about these things, but try to create their fantasy, and they try to box it in with this noise cancelling. Hopefully, you can hear it. This is the bottom feeders. You understand? This is the life you could have been living. Patheticness. They are here making those campaigns to try boxing this BS they've created, the stories they've put together. They're trying to make me accept these things. You hear this? They are war. This is like guerra. They like to say in Spanish. This is the bottom feeders for these pedophiles. This is the bottom feeders for these agencies. They can't even say the name of somebody. They here try to box in this thought of some body that will like. I will make a different video, but I just want you to hear them. You understand? This is life you could have lived. This pathetic, pathetic, sad trash. They are pathetic. You know, they're talking about things that probably is going to happen to me. But if you saw who was talking, so pathetic. He said sad trash before I said sad trash. This is to him is empowerment. I rather die like this than having to live like them. Of course it will. If I hope that I captured this target individual, you could be living their life. Do you know in my head right now they try to come up with the things of somebody? There's this person that was walked, and I think I made a video a while ago, and I'm not sure this started giving me stimulation. It's those people like you don't know their age, so like it can go either way. They were stimulating me. While these people are ran by pedophiles, they live off their own manipulations. They are delusional. Sad piece of they can't even say the name of like target individual. You are living a dignified life, as horrible as it is. Stay strong. Know who you are and know what these people are capable of doing. Listen to these people. Do you think they're investigating? You think this is an investigation? They're trying to like, make you accept these manipulations. They are disgusting things. And they're like, you sad, sad thing. Oh, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you a happy thing? Is this what happiness is? It's sad, pathetic as it gets. I will make a different video about this. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I just wanted to give you an example of what war sounds like. So to all my target individual, understand you're on the right side of things. You could be living like them. So stay strong and know that justice will be done.